Ring of Elysium takes to the seven seas. Spacelords seems to have an identity crisis. Guild Wars 2 gears up for its Living World Season 4, and the world-bending mechanic of setting up portals in Splitgate goes free to play this month. What's up guys, James Blonde here with your weekly recap for gaming news and announcements of the week of May 10th, 2019. And starting out the news this week is something new from me. As some of you guys might have noticed from my post on the James Blonde Facebook page and Twitter, I've created an Amazon affiliate link so that if you want to, you can support my channel just by shopping on Amazon through my link. I'll earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, no matter what you buy. It's pretty cool. When you click on the link, it will take you to this page where you can get digital codes based around MMOs and free-to-play games like SMITE and Tera. But like I said, if you use this link and just shop normally, like you normally would, it supports me over time. I love making these videos for you guys, and this is a cool way to return the favor, other than subscribing and sharing these videos, of course. But anyway, thanks for that. On to the news. Ring of Elysium has a new update entitled Pirate's Gratitude that launched this past week, which features free daily loot boxes for players. You'll earn one of these every time you or a teammate enters a match and earns at least one kill in that match, if you can manage to do so. These crates contain cosmetic Scotty themed skins for the M4A1 and the MP5, as well as other vehicle appearance items and accessories. Alongside the update is the fourth round of the Lucky Draw system, which will last until May 27th. The Lucky Draw event is divided into 4 7-day stages, each letting players draw up to 5 times for 50 E-points each. Players are guaranteed at least one item per draw, and items will not repeat. Rewards in the Lucky Draw system include traversal equipment appearances, vehicle skins, accessories, and a new AK-15 skin. Lots of cool stuff in the recent ROE update. Next up, Destiny's Sword is an upcoming sci-fi strategy combat MMO, but it offers a new twist in that players manage their characters' physical and mental health. Destiny's Sword boasts that it will be the first MMO to offer a realistic portrayal of mental health issues, highlighting the long-term consequences of conflict. One of the goals of most MMOs, players are tasked with completing missions, earning rewards, most of which require combat. Over time, being a combatant has a cost in mental and physical well-being, so you need to recharge. Within your community in Destiny's Swords, players will rest and zero in on the motivations and experiences they've been through and create an interesting duality in terms of storytelling. Two Dogs Games are developing Destiny's Sword as an online combat game where thousands of players command squadrons of futuristic troops in competitive as well as cooperative missions, but in a twist, Destiny's Sword focuses on bringing people together with meaningful social interaction, cultivating empathy and cooperation in contrast to the antisocial focus of your average online game. Clearly the game is in early development, and there's a small team working on the game, so expect slower but more meaningful updates as the game develops. On a completely different note, MMOHuts Jason got to go hands-on with the Elder Scrolls Online's newest expansion, Elsweyr. Seems like Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones isn't the only one that needs to worry about dragons. This update, expected to land on PC and consoles on June 4th, lets players explore and defend the home of the Khajiit from an ancient evil and command the undead with the Necromancer class. Make sure you head over to MMOHuts.com and check out the full article via the link below. Also, while you're here, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. Definitely helps us out. In other news, Inmass Entertainment released a new update for Tera on PC this past week entitled Skywatch Companions. This is combined with a month of in-game events and rewards within the action combat MMO, all celebrating its 7th anniversary. Companions builds upon the Skywatch New Heights with the new companion system and a new dungeon. Starting at level 66, players can acquire a companion to help them in the game's most challenging content. These companions have abilities such as casting combat buffs or using HP MP potions automatically when a player needs them. This is a two-way street though, and these companions can run out of stamina over time and need special items to keep fighting on. Players will put their companions to the test as strange and deadly butterflies from a mysterious fortress in the sky have spread strange pollen across the land. Clues to a cure lie in the Gossamer Vault instance dungeon, where players must face off against 2 new bosses, the Helgramite and the Gossamer Regent. Tera will continue to celebrate through the month of May with their 7th annual Teraversary, granting anniversary tokens and other rewards for logging in daily, as well as participating in events. These can be used to purchase new cosmetic items, as well as a few returning favorites. Players can also complete Bahar's Sanctum, or use anniversary tokens to enter a raffle for a chance to win one of several Elin Archer statues. More information on these events can be found below. Talk about odd and slightly disturbing, Spacelords also received a major update this week known as Spacelords Identity. In this update, the Space Shop shows up to offer cosmetics for the various Spacelords characters to ensure that no two Spacelords look the same. There are also new emotes, skins, and even a space disco where teams can groove together in style, because that's necessary. The update also includes improvements to Adventure, which will now offer monthly rewards, individual scores based on player performance, and the featured player highlight that shows off the coolest and most heroic deeds in the game. Very interesting looking game. This is the first time I've heard of it. Surprised it doesn't have more attention. Moving towards consoles, a free expansion has hit the Xbox One edition of Black Desert this week, the Valencia expansion as we know it. With this update, a massive continent, home to ancient civilizations, arrives to challenge the player's ability to survive. It also, of course, features new combat skills, unique items, and UI improvements. Valencia features a new world boss, the mighty Kuktum, which emerges from the sands of Valencia to hunt. Absolute skills have arrived for all classes as well, in addition to new features such as gear cleansing and accessory melting. Black Desert will also be available on Xbox Game Pass starting on May 9th, with subscribers receiving discounts on game bundles and in-game currency. They'll also receive a special item. On a similar note, Bandai Namco released a new trailer this week for their upcoming Xbox One MMORPG Bless Unleashed. Today, they show off the Mage, who builds up mana to release their mighty arcane fury upon their enemies. They also have access to a storm of elemental combos, and while not as heavily armored as other classes, their control of the battlefield is second to none. As I've mentioned in a past recap, fans of Final Fantasy XIV who have been enjoying the Nocturne for Heroes event should be sure to check out Jason's guide for the event, which will help you to earn all of the cool rewards the event has to offer, including the regalia from Final Fantasy XV. And just in case you haven't heard, fans of Final Fantasy VII should be happy to hear that a remake is happening, introduced recently by the State of Play. Most of the plans are already in place in the run-up to launch. In the meantime, check out the trailer. It looks legit. Next up, Guild Wars 2 Living World Season 4, titled War Eternal, will arrive on Tuesday, May 14th. Today we have the trailer that sets up this exciting story event, and Tera will be changed forever. A dear friend perishes in Episode 5, and the commander and their allies are out of time as well as options. A sliver of hope remains, and War Eternal will take players on a daring, odds-defying journey as they chase down the wounded and angry Elder Dragon Calcatoric. War Eternal is free for players who own Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire, and ArenaNet also announced that Guild Wars 2 Standard and Deluxe collections, as well as the Path of Fire Standard and Deluxe editions, will be on sale for 50% off until May 19th on their website. Check it out. 1047 Games revealed this past week that Splitgate Arena Warfare is scheduled to enter free-to-play status this month. The multiplayer first-person shooter that utilizes player-controlled portals will launch on PC via Steam on May 22nd, 2019. Splitgate Arena Warfare aims to evoke the memory of some of the greatest shooters in the past 2 decades, standing by the familiar feel of arena multiplayer. The world-bending mechanic of setting up portals lets players link gateways around the map and pairs this with jetpack-boosted movement. Splitgate Arena Warfare encourages incredibly tricky plays, flanks, and ambushes using portals to either creep up on enemies or come out of nowhere guns blazing. Splitgate will launch with an array of customizable options from weapons and armor skins, jetpacks, portal guns, and more. And finally, SMITE underwent the most ambitious release event to date this week, with both Horus and Set releasing at the same time. Horus is a powerful warrior who can offer strong support to his teammates, while Set is a strong assassin who deceives enemies with sand clones. For the full story on these gods and our hands-on impressions of them, check out our write-up over at MMOHuts.com via the link in the description. While you're there, be sure to enter our SMITE giveaway. There are 7 ways to enter, and you could win an Illuminator Baron Samedi skin or a Blood Axe Chalk skin. But anyway, guys, that's about it for all the major news and announcements for this week. For more information on the news topics, check the links in the description below. Feel free to discuss the news or even more news in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.